The housing market is evolving, and renters are feeling the squeeze. Homes without living rooms are becoming a new normal, especially for those on a budget. This trend raises concerns about the impact on social lives and well-being, but it's a complex issue with no easy solutions. In the first half of the year, a staggering 30% of rental listings on SpareRoom, a flat-sharing website, advertised homes without a dedicated lounge. This number is even higher in London, where 41% of listings lacked a living room. And it's not just a recent phenomenon. Birmingham has seen a steady increase in such listings over the past 5 years. Renters like Ella Murray, a 22-year-old Londoner, are willing to compromise on space to save money. She shares a home with 3 others, and their house doesn't have a living room. Instead, they gather in the kitchen, which Ella admits isn't ideal for socializing. But with rising rents, this arrangement is becoming increasingly common. Here's where it gets controversial. Landlords argue that converting lounges into bedrooms is a practical solution. It helps cover higher mortgages and other expenses while accommodating more tenants. But this practice has its drawbacks. Many renters find themselves confined to their bedrooms, working and living in one space, which can lead to social isolation. Some argue that this false economy forces people to spend more on socializing outside, which could be avoided with a communal living area. This trend isn't limited to students. Young professionals in their 20s and 30s are also facing the reality of living room-less homes. The data from SpareRoom reveals a shift in the rental market, where the demand for affordable housing is reshaping living spaces. Renters like Hannah Carney, who has never had a living room in any of her rented homes, long for a communal space. She and her flatmates resort to movie nights in a cramped box room, highlighting the need for areas to socialize. But with rising costs and high demand, landlords are under pressure to maximize their investments, often at the expense of communal spaces. Matt Hutchinson, from SpareRoom, warns that this trend could lead to a decline in social connections within shared homes. He highlights the importance of these spaces in fostering friendships and even romantic relationships. However, with rents skyrocketing, tenants are left with difficult choices. Chris Norris, from the National Residential Landlords Association, points to the root of the problem: a shortage of rental homes. This scarcity drives landlords to adapt their properties to remain in business, sometimes leading to controversial practices like illegal house sharing. The big question is, are we sacrificing our social well-being for affordability? As the housing market continues to evolve, finding a balance between cost and quality of life will be a challenge. What do you think? Is the loss of living rooms a necessary compromise, or is there a better solution waiting to be discovered?